welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be racing today on the Greyville Poly. We have 8 races on the card starting at 12:45, today the 26th of April 2021. For those people who are watching this video for the first time, I just want to quickly tell you what Outside of Genie do. Outside of Genie is a form analyzer, and what I do is I analyze form and I give you the punter outsider selections that you can add into whatever your play is. I'm not a tipster per se. I'm not going to tip you 1, 2, 3. I'm tipping you outright selection. That is the horse that I think that can win the race, and that can be at any price. It's not necessarily the favorite. And then I give you 2 outsider selections in no particular order, which you can have a look at and maybe add them into your play. If you want to receive this video every day notification, just click on subscribe and ring the bell, and you'll be notified every day when this video is posted. You can also follow us on Twitter. I have got a Twitter account where I post this video on every day as well as I've got Instagram, but it's not active at the moment, but I'm looking to make it active today. And then we got my telephone number is 083-585-5113. So we'd also like you to meet Dr. Genie. He's ready to help you with your punting problems. I'll tell you about that just now. Then, when one gets up 4 o'clock in the morning to do these selections, and you spend 2.5, 3 hours, and you're not always sure whether people will appreciate this information that I give outside of Genie give. And you get a compliment like this, then it really makes you wild getting up in the morning. One of my members posted this over the weekend. Thank you, sir, for the great tips. I will definitely be joining when my subscription ends at the end of the month. This is the best tipping service I've ever used. Then I want to just quickly tell you about our special offers. Please note that on the coming weekend, the 1st of May, 17th, and the 2nd of May at Greyville, where it's the start of the champion season, there will be major race meeting, and therefore the free video and selections will only be available for subscribers to my daily form analysis. The reason being is that when I do the video, I spend more time on each race. I just don't do where I normally, with my normal videos, I just touch on my selections and give you reasons why I chose that selection. I do a little more in-depth preview of each race. And then we have the following packages for you available. You can sign up for this week from today till the 2nd of May, so that will include the weekend's selections for 250 Rand, or you can take our normal package for 500 per month and get selections from now till the end of May for 500 Rand a month. So you're going to save a little bit there, or you make use of this best value offer, where we can give you a package from now till the end of the champion season on the 31st of July for 900 Rand. The normal value would have been 1,500. And with this package, you will receive all selections, including all the big races during Gold Circle champion seasons. And to sweeten the deal further, I've actually made a package that if you purchase this package, you will get a free consultation with Dr. Genie. Plus, you can pay 500 Rand now and 400 Rand at the end of May, if that will also help you. Now, if you subscribe to Outside of Genie, what do you get? You get our exacta selections. Every meeting, about 3 to 4 of our exactas do come in. So that's and sometimes they pay. Last week, one they were paying 120 Rand, 170 Rand, 60 Rand, 80 Rand. So that's certainly the selections to follow our exacta selections. When we give you a daily all to come, sometimes they don't win, sometimes they do, but I've also seen that sometimes they win at good prices. We give you race by selections, outright winner, and 2 possible outsider selections. We give you value bids. Our value bids, we suggest that you pay each way. Some of them maybe not win, but then they land up running a place paying 10, 12 Rand. I can give you various examples of that. We give you our best bet of the day. We don't give you 8 to 10 and 9 to 10. You can find that yourself. We try and give you really good value each way bets. Then we give you suggested trifectas and quartet selections. How did I get you the quartet for 24 Rand? You paid 11,000 Rand. Trifectas come in regularly. We give you affordable PA 64 Rand that you can try and also affordable pick six. Yesterday I gave a pick six for 150 rand, and it returned over 700 rand because we called it 2%. Your profit was just over 500 rand. It's not a lot of profit, but profit is profit. So when you do subscribe, you will receive the selections on a daily basis, and in our WhatsApp group on a form like this, we will give you the all becomes. We give you the selections, the outright selection, to outsider selection, exact, trifecta, quartet. We even give you the race time so that you can get your bets on time. We give you daily value bets. We give you best bet of the day, pick six selections, and PAs. So I just want us to have a quick look at yesterday's, where I had a very good day. Yeah, I just want to mention that yesterday I had my best day on this punters channel, punters challenge. I landed up 196 out of over 12,967. I was number 194. At one stage I was as high as 108. Now, certainly I think out of nearly 13,000, that is not a bad achievement. I was only 20 points behind the winner. So what did I give you for yesterday? I gave you one rider, but that was not difficult to find. Everybody could find that. In race 2, I was looking for the horse to beat number 1 because it was always a horse. And at one stage, I gave Global a appeal, and it was like he was going to win the race. But then Anton Marcus Summer extracted a little bit more from Lady of Lucia, and that actually got up to win. Then in the next race, I give you Predator, which was also a nice prize, but was back late on, and he won the race quite easily. I did say I'm not in the camp of the favorite because, but I'm not going to dwell on that. You can go and listen to my video. Then I also gave you Native Tongue. Native Tongue started at 9-2. Can you believe that? And he easily won his race. In this race to fight, and tonight's fight night, I went for Goliath here, and unfortunately that finished fourth. That was the stable mate of tonight's fight night. Then here I gave you number 3. Now those previous selections were all of them were my outright selections. Then here in the 6th race, I give you my outside selection number 3, Junior Rose. Up one stage you can get 10-1, pay 9.50 on the tote. And then in this race, I went for number 2, Silver Maria, but unfortunately, number 1, Eminent Place, Paris went to the front and was never caught. Surely a filly to watch. She won her previous race by 15 lengths. And then here in the 8th race, I said, I think Carrari's Cowboy is going to go start to finish. And that is what happened. Carrari's Cowboy went to the front and wasn't catch. And then in the last race, my section was Devil's Strike. But I did say that I think Tiger Tank, if it wasn't for the draw, would have been my first selection, and that went start to finish. So surely we rounded off a good day. The big 6 paying 36,000 rand. We had that 2% because of the one scratching. We didn't have the other scratching, but we had one other scratching. And then the third favorite won. So let's just look at today's card, guys. And I want to say to you from the outset today, this is like Kimberley on gravel today. There's 2 maiden plates, and the rest are all handicaps, E division, all in the lower 60s. If I were you, I would have stayed away from this card totally because it's going to be very difficult to find horses. I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be like yesterday at the Gravel Poly. So put your money in your pocket and save it for the next race meeting. So here in race 2, we have a maiden plate. Race 1, a maiden plate over 1,200 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 3, Give Me a Rainbow, 14-10. Prince Vian, 7-2. Master Dancer, 4-1. King Cyrus, 8-1. 12-1. Alma Mater, 13-1. GD, 22-1. Zuberi, Lucrative, 25-1. Miller Man, 35. And longer the rest. So here in my first race, my selection is the favorite, number 2. And I must say, and with all the biggest respect to all of the trainers and the owners, very weak fields. And in a weak field, I think number 2, Gimme Rainbow, stands out as a extremely good pick. Lyle Hewitson from draw 2. I think this horse is going to go. He's going to sit there. I don't know if somebody's going to try and lead, but I don't think that will make a difference if he goes to the front or not. He's going to definitely be hard to beat in this field. Give Me a Rainbow. from the last time he ran from 5th draw 15 out of 15. Today he's getting number 2 draw. I think it's going to be hard for anybody to beat him. My outsider selections is number 5, King Cyrus. Wayne Munger aboard, certainly a very underrated jockey. I really rate him really high. And yeah, this horse has had a few runs on the poly, 4 places from 6 runs, and I think might be the biggest opposition to give me a rainbow. Then also number 7, GD, did run a third and in a few places, and this is from the same stable as Give Me a Rainbow. Maybe Jacta with Give Me a Rainbow can be profitable. Also have a look at number 3, Master Dancer. He was second in his last race, and I think also a horse that needs to be put in all of your play. Then we move on to race number 2, which is a maiden plate over 2,000 meters. And let's have a look here at the betting. Here the betting is as follows. Number 9, Simply Complicated, 7 to 10, Papillon 4 to 1, Hiroshima 5 to 1, Polyniceness 10 to 1, 12 to 1, Cash Express, Ata 18, 11 to 1, 18 to 1, 53 to 1, and longer the rest. I just want to also mention here Venus Flytrap 33 to 1. When we move on to race number 2, we must selection is the number 9 horse, but Simply Complicated. You can't help to go for this horse because this horse has got extremely good form, and I think this race of Anton Marcus on board, Justin Snape surely must be a solid banker. Then I want to mention number 10, Venus Flytrap, as one of my outsider selections. Here's my old mate, Bill Heeman. He's trained just about 40 kilometers from where I live here in Derby. And I've been knowing Bill for a very long time. I saw his, well, I saw him keep it the first time I met him. His little boy was 5 or 6 years old. And now he's the assistant trainer to his father, and he drives this truck to Durban every time they run on the, well, when they do visit the poly, and Venus Flytrap has had 2 runs on this poly. The first time ran 1.6 lengths behind Trip to Freedom, and in the previous time, I don't know what went wrong there, but Bill has kept this horse on the boil, and certainly this horse will be fit. Do include it in all your play, because at 53 to 1, this horse, if this comes even run a place, it's going to make everything pay. So don't leave out, you leave it out on your own peril. Then my other outsider selection is number 5, which is Cash Express. Also Hewitson, Zaki combination, draw 5. This horse looks to me like he needs the 2,000. That run on slightly last time out over the 1,400 meters. And I'm thinking for this jackpot to be improving all the time and being involved in the finish. So then we move to race number 3, which is the first of the handicaps, Class E. You can see Class E average better rated 60. Really, if it is a mere 63 handicap over 2,000 meters, and here the betting is as follows. The number 6, Capricia 33 to 10, Mission Beach 72, Good Girl 72, Cooler Patsy 5 to 1, Legend Added 7 to 1, 15 to 1, Golden Duck, Short Skirt 22 to 10, Cappy 60 to 1, and 20 to 1, and better the rest. So here in this race, I am going for my big mate horse called Short Skirt Flirt. Now, Short Skirt Flirt, last time out 2 runs back ran in a 79 and then in a 63, now 500 in a 60. And as also a horse that has run well under potty, 3 runs, 2 places, has visited this track before. And I can tell you that Ryan Munger on board again, and the 2,000 won't be a problem for this 5-year-old mare. I'm telling you, this is the business that Bill Heeman are here for today. So if you leave this horse out, you can see here on the sand, this horse won by 9 lengths. And I think this is the business for the day for Bill Heeman. Surely, if you leave this horse out, do it on your own pedal, because I'm sure he's going to run a huge race. Outsider selections, I went with number 2, Cooler Patsy, Warren Kennedy, drawn 2. This horse has also shown glimpse of ability, has been running in a little bit higher E divisions, like in 66, ran behind Ferrari's Cowboy. Ferrari's Cowboy won again. Fire Fairy followed up that one with another win last week. So definitely has been running against decent opposition. So I think number 2, Cooler Patsy, can be the biggest opposition to Short Skirt Flirt. Then we'll have a look at number 4, Legend has is Grand Cotton. This horse has won on the poly over the 1900 meters and have some runs on decent races last time out, running in a free 63, 2 lengths behind. And I'm thinking Legend as it can definitely be the contender in this race. And my other outsiders, my other selection is number 6, Capricia, the favorite. Anton Marcus on board has also been running well, but like in 57, 59s, that ran in a 72. That was not a bad one, and was also in the race behind for Fire Fairy, which also followed up. So surely a worthy favorite, but as I said, a very open race. Lots of horses has got chances. Then we move to race number 4, which is a merit rated 63 handicap, Class E, average merit rated 59. Let's have a look at the betting race 4. Here the betting is number 1, Seas Pounds 28 to 10, Command Control 23 to 10, Straight Up 4 to 1, Montana Sky 8 to 1, King's Cove 5 to 1, Viking Red 12 to 1, Smart Sox 14 to 1, Lambera 22 to 1, August Red 22 to 1, Nolan 25 to 1, Prince Jordan 40 to 1, and longer the rest. Here my first selection race 4 is number 10, and that is Straight Up. You can see that this is a 59. Straight Up has run against 60, 61s, but it's getting the -1.5. And as I said a while ago, it seems like the Duncan Howell stable has changed the corner. Couldn't find the winner's box for a long time, but now the horses are running well, and there's barely a meeting going by. The Duncan Wells don't have a winner, and I think for this meeting, number 10 Straight Up should probably have a good chance to be that horse. Then for outsider selections, we're going to go for number 9, which is Smart Sox. Smart Sox do like the poly, has had a win in a few places, has changed stables in February, and has been running there and thereabouts, also a little bit stronger. You can see a 65, 66, 64, 68. And Tini Prince has surely found his feet in this center, and his horses definitely, he's competitive. So I'm looking for number 9, Smart Sox, to run a decent race. My other outsider selection is number 11, which is Nolan. Also, horse, if you can see here, running against 74, 75s. His race figure, minute rated, has come down lately. And the last 2 races was like under 5 lengths behind the winner, and also running in a lower division today. I think number 11 can be involved in a finish, and at 25 to 1, if that does run a place, surely will make the dividends pay. And then let's have a look at number 1, which is the favorite Sea Spons, Lard Hewitson. Always horses running there and thereabouts, but battling to find the winner's box now, already 752 days. But maybe today, with Lard Hewitson on board from a nice draw, you might find a winner's box. Certainly a huge contender in this race, not to be left out of any of your bets. Then we move on to race number 5, where we have a Phase Amir 63 handicap over 1600 meters Class E, average merit rated 60. So let's have a look here at the betting here. Number 3, Beljar 3 to 1, Royal Kitty 3 to 1, Not Now Pussycat 9 to 2, Laurel Lane 8 to 1, Cozy at Tom 12 to 1, Eager Duchess 10 to 1, Tombola 12 to 1, Catalyst 12 to 1, 16 to 1, Sand Dancer, and 25 to 1, and better the rest. Here in race 5, my selection is the number 9 horse, which is Tombola. Tombola is now running in a E60, but has run against strong opposition, 72 behind Encryption, has won on the poly, course and distance, 8 run, 2 wins, and Richard Fourie on board. And for me, that's always a significant jockey booking. So surely Richard Fourie, definitely a jockey that can make this horse, perform well. Last time I ran behind Beljar, but that was on the poly, on the turf. But yesterday we had this same situation where a horse beat another horse on the turf. But when they raced again, the horse was Gavel's Strike, was beaten by a horse. I can't remember the name now on the turf, but on the poly, then Gavel's Strike beat that horse, running second against the third favorite. So I'm thinking the 1600 meters. This horse do like the 1600 meters. has won all 3 his races over 600 meters. And I'm thinking number 9, Tombola, in with a huge chance. In outsider selection, Eager Dutch says this horse is a 3-year-old Duke of Marmalade filly by Captain Alme, and I think she's ready to improve. Has run against 4 lengths, 5 lengths behind, and definitely I think might be able to run and sneak into the places here. As is number 11, Sam's Dancer, also a horse that has been running 4, 5 lengths behind, and that always makes a horse dangerous. But unfortunately, draw 11, so that might be a bit of a disadvantage. But certainly with a chance. And then we have a look at number 3, which is Beljar, the favorite. He won well in the 62 last time out. Ryan Munger from draw 3 certainly can repeat. But it's a 6-year-old mare, only 2 wins so far, so not the most consistent performer, but in with a chance, Beljar. When we move to race number 6, which is a merit-rated 64 handicap over 1,000 meters class E, average merit-rated 63. Let's have a look here at the betting. And the betting as follows: number 1, uncomplicated 72, 72 Duran Nomi, 5-1, 7-1 Charlie Fox, Rocket Fire 8-1, 10-1 Single Light, 11-1 Satin Street, Lord Carrot 12-1, 14-1, and better the rest. Yes, here we had a 2-year-old running against some decent well, not decent, but it's hard knocking 3, 4, 5-year-old. You can see here that number 1 uncomplicated is carrying 61, and he's running against Charlie Fox, who's carrying 51, so he's giving him 10 kilograms, and I think that might just be too much. Surely Charlie Fox, one of my outsider selections to win the race, but my selection to win the race is number 6, Numi. I think Lyle Hewson has rode this horse once before, and he won with it, and I think that was the last time this horse won. And I've been following Numi for a long time, but I think today is the day. With Lyle Hewson on board, he knows how to ride a horse. He's going to produce, because Numi is one of those horses he runs on from behind, and you have to produce him at the exact moment. She hasn't got a long run in, so you need to sit and sit and sit, and then let go at the last moment. And I think Lyle Hewson is really the jockey that can do that. So my outright selection is number 6, Numi. My other outsider selection of number 2 is number 4, Rocket Fire, also getting the -1.5, carrying 59. And for 4, Rocket Fire has also been running thereabouts in a little bit stronger. Last time out he won, he beat Numi, but I think he might be a little bit of a late turnaround. But I'm sure Numi today is going to be hard to beat in this race. When we move on to race number 7, 2,200 meters, fillies a mare 63 handicap, class E, average merit rated 66 at 60. On top of the fact that it's a lower merit rating, it's also fillies, and fillies race extremely difficult to read. Here we have number 1, Foxy Lady, 33-10, Color of Light 9-2, Matadora's Pride 9-2, Ginger Spark the Glory 15-2, Satara 20-1, 14-1, Setai, Star Choice 12-1, and longer the rest. So here my first selection is race 7, is number 10. Matadora's Pride. The same stable as Kerari's Cowboy yesterday. This horse has been knocking on the door for a long time now. Has run quite a few nice races here under Polly. 9 runs, 1 win, 1 sticking, 2 fourths. So 6 out of 9 being either placed or win. And I think today a little bit down in class again. It's a 60 today. E60 has been running against some stronger year runs, run in a 72, 74. The race figure, the mare rated has come down from a 76 to a 61. And I think Matadora's Pride today definitely a huge runner in this field. In my outsider selections is number 3, Great Diva. Great Diva won her maiden on this course, going start to finish. And since then has run against some, you can see here 78, 79, 75, 72, 66, and Great Diva now running in an E60. And I think this horse might be the Bill Heeman's second best for the day. certainly the horse is going to jump, he's going to go. I can assure you that they're not going to sit with this horse and they're going to say, listen, catch me if you can. So Grey give it everything to inclusion in all of your bets. And my other outsider selection is number 11, which is Star Choice. Star Choice getting a -1.5, but is drawn 11. Has been running places here and there at Wiley Wall, and also running down in class. Star Choice, and definitely the horse that you need to include in all of your play. We then move on to the 9th race. The 8th race, sorry, it's a Bright Future, measured at 65 handicap, class E average measured at 61. Let's have a look at the betting. So here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Smart William, Anton Marcus on board, 22 to 10. Higher Purpose, 9 to 2. Brandenburg, 7 to 1. Palace Win, 10 to 1. Roy Striker, 11 to 1. 12 to 1. Life Goes On. The Snow War, 14 to 1. And betted the rest. Here in this race, my first selection is the number 1 horse, well drawn, and sorry, this number 4 horse. Number 4 horse, Smart William. Now, if you have a look at this horse is now today running in an E61. He's been running in D division and C division. It doesn't even show you the last time this horse ran in E division, running against a strong opposition. And you'll find here the second wave. Although it's his first run from Cape Town, where Cape Town, as I said, he's running against some stronger horses, and he's the second wave. The second wave has won again. Rascallion is a very good horse. So I think today Smart William is going to be too smart for this field here. My outsider selections is number 6. Brandenburg, Nathan Codson, Richard Fourie, the booking. Also a horse that's run in the last 2 runs in 73 and 75s. You can see here has run against also some stronger position in Cape Town. And I'm thinking Brandenburg today can be a horse that can be followed in this race. My other outsider selection is number 10, which is Life Goes On. Now, this horse relocates from KwaZulu-Natal, from Gauteng, young KwaZulu-Natal, has won on a poly. The race after that was a decent race in a little bit stronger field, getting the -1.5, and Life Goes On can surely be involved in the finish. And then lastly, my other horse I want to look at is number 5, Higher Purpose, Warren Kennedy on board. Also a horse that's been running against strong opposition, so surely needs to be included in all of your play. So that brings us to the end of our preview for today. I hope I could point in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.